Alright, so for now this is going to be part 2 of the Panda introduction video, right? Where on part 1 it ended off where I was talking about females supporting the emasculation of just males in general, not even just the black men, right? And I was also talking about the Me Too movement that that they have because of some men. That's actually something that I commented on Instagram post when the girl was talking about her dad saying whatever he said, and she's like, "Oh, if I was 20, I wouldn't hold back your incest, whatever that shit is," right? But it broadened the scope of the way I was thinking about things, and I'd already thought about it, but then it brought it back, and I thought deeper, and I'm like, So I think it was Lady Gaga that had the panda eyes in the Orlando Brown video that I shared. So some females, they're doing that. Some dudes in the other Orlando Brown clip that I showed from, I forget what show it's from. But, right, you got the 2 black guys and all of this. And I'm like, as far as this MK Ultra gang starts nonsense, what I noticed the pattern around me seems to be, it was being molested as a kid, this, that, the third. And what he said, Orlando Brown, was that, you get beat up and then they hold you down and then, they hit that nerve in the rectus sphincter or whatever. And I was like, well, if you just remove that part, the beat up part, right? It's just about the nerve. And I'm like, if all of these kids have been molested or something of the sort as children, wouldn't they be able to be controlled from kids? And that's actually why I was happy that I found that clip of Orlando Brown as a child actor where he has two black eyes and Panda, right? So I'm like, maybe they held him down, right, as a kid, trying to do their, ritualistic symbology, right, for his emasculation and his humiliation and shit. But I'm like, you don't have to do that, right? There's so many more people who may be being controlled and it wasn't this way. Again, all of these child molestation cases and things like that, this Me Too movement, right? It's like when you was looking at B2K, celebrity, and what's the name? I don't remember the dude's name, Rags, Little Kid, I don't remember who's who. But he's sitting there talking about the people who molested them and all of these things. And they were children. And I'm like, so if they wanted you to be a gangster, right? You either don't be like me and you're opposing them, or you join them, right? It's one of those, is it you can't beat them, join them? Or did you get pandered? That's why I was saying, like parents, I'm like, how do you know the terminology? Did you learn it from Orlando Brown, like I did? Right? Or did they do it to you? And I see you displaying the passive-aggressive subliminal behavior. Did it happen to you? Right? Then I go, well, all the gang starters around, the dude is a witchcraft practitioner in the next room over, always talking about how he loves sex and anime and Asian women and all of this stuff. All the things I'm supposed to be conditioned to. And I'm just like, of course, Caucasian. And I'm like, yeah, you just the vibe he puts out. You look like you got touch over here. I'm just saying. That's the vibe he gives me. It's just a weird creep vibe. You look like you got some childhood trauma that's way deeper to be flashing sometimes. Right? You need some therapy. Go talk to things. Right? But I'm like, how many more of these people are around me? Right? Because it can be used for many things. If you can get them to do anything, right? That's what they're trying to use as an intimidation tactic towards you. And they've already done this to people. Like I said, they were trying it. D-Hung, the gay Asian dude, tried to lure me into the woods. See? Freemasons, their humiliation rituals usually a homosexual act if you're not sacrificing something or drinking the blood and all of this. Right? So I'm like, okay, I would imagine that's the easiest way when you have a growing population of homosexuals or LGBT. right? You don't even gotta beat them up. They're willingly doing it, right? Maybe not the females. I'm talking about the panda way. You feel me? They don't need to be done. The panda way, like I said, they have it done. They got, you know, I don't want to get too graphic, too vulgar, but that's a natural sex organ to them. So cool. You might hit the G spot for a female, but for a dude, you're going to do the panda way. It's the only way. Whether you're getting beat up or not, it's a panda effect because you're going in there and you're thinking that's where it is. So I'm like, After watching the movie S.T.O.M.P, you see that all of the agents that are part of the S.T.O.M.P, they're having like sex with transgenders and all of these things, doing all of these homosexual acts. So these are the people that they're using as their experiments. All I do is look to my environment, right? Like I said, then, he's bisexual. You're bisexual. Dude is a witchcraft practitioner. Jeff in my room calling other black dudes honey. I'm like, you're not gonna accidentally call another man honey. And another grown man as well. This dude, you in your 70s, you calling a 50-something-year-old man honey around two other dudes. You got something subconsciously going down. Now, this is supposed to be a big bad murderer, this, that, the third. What's going on? But, again, Panda, right? Hitting that spot, trying to control somebody. Mind control, right? Same thing with the butt breaker, right? They want to control you, humiliate you, emasculate you. For one, the psychological shackle of it not being revealed would be holding. That's how they blackmail. That's how they blackmail. Right? That's like, think about Justin Bieber. You think he wants all his homosexual endeavors to come out? No. He stay quiet, right? But he continues to do them. But at the same time, you have to be in this drugged out state. Right? There's a psychology to all of these celebrities, or just people in general, jumping onto all of these drugs, meth, and showing this overt aggression, right? This overly aggressive behavior and things like that, because they got a lot of things that they're suppressing or repressed emotions, right? Because they don't want it to get out, they can't share with nobody. That's why a lot of them are doing therapy. Or just like I said with the females, they're talking about, all of these dudes, leaving them for other dudes. Where's that coming from? Right? If you just follow the logic, there's no way society is increasing in the LGBT without some panda happening. There's just no way. Right? I was in jail, right? When I got locked up, my cellmate, Jimmy, one thing. Know what he was talking about? Meth game. That's what he was talking about. He said, I don't know where this, idea, meth game, comes to mind. This topic from out the ether, literally nowhere. He just talking about like meth game, and then everybody in the cell is like, oh, you don't do meth? When you get out, you should do meth. And, try cocaine. I'm just looking at them like, not happening. Right? I guess I'm not traumatized enough to be doing all of this and all of this meth and all of this cocaine. Right? But they need all of these substances, and that is interesting. Because when I was researching the occult and things like that, part of their ritual is, what I found common in the information was, you go into these rooms, they usually lay out a bunch of drugs, you can pick a drug of your choice, to where and then the people who come from, they don't remember half. And I'm like, that makes perfect sense. You go pick your poison and you get panicked. Right? This is why the people around me start talking about jail and all of this, or they start talking about date rape drugs. Oh, somebody might slip something in the drink. Or like I said, dude, that's the first time I heard was to get knocked over the head, right? Like I said, touch me, I'm killing you. It's simple. You can tell a drug okay, tell a PR okay, right? Like I said, it's either jail or death by the script as far as I'm concerned. So, but that's also a fear tactic, right? This is why you watch Boondocks. I don't want to get in late. Tom, right? Let's say that's a part of their culture. Short-lived culture. Right? I just heard Nene from the Gathering place talking about, oh, you know, I call up somebody that's locked up, you know what I'm saying, tell them, you know, get you right and head to you and this and that. See, I'm like, first of all, why you in connection with them? That's if you ain't partaking, why you in connection? Like I said, I just turned down homosexual dude. I tried to be nice just because he was deaf, came to the shelter, he shows me his phone. I dubbed him first and I felt bad. I was like, Dad, maybe, just maybe, I'm jumping the conclusion. Maybe he's not this homosexual dude trying to make him dance. Maybe he's just socially awkward since he's deaf and mute. And you know, maybe his approach just seemed awkward to me, and maybe I'm not picking up homosexual vibes. Right? Alright, I see him next time. You know what? Your approach threw me off. I'm typing this in my notes because, like I said, he's definitely the faster to communicate with his phone. So I'm mimicking his communication. Alright, so I'm showing him, and he's like, oh, nah, you know, I was like, and here's what he said to me the first time when I dubbed him. He was like, you look like you're cool. You know, everybody seems to like you. You know, you seem to be a nice person. Do you want to be friends? And there was more, I think. But I was like, oh, here we go. And that's when I dubbed him. But then, like I said, I felt bad next time I saw him. I was like, all right, let me give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's not homosexual. I don't see him talking to nobody else besides Phil. I was exactly right the first time. So, but before then, I gave him my number. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? If you need something as far as resources, if people will help you with the resources, cool. Hit me up. You got a place to stay. Now the conversation's going to be here. He's asking, yo, you know, I mean, you want to be roommates, you know this? I'm like, here we go. Then he tells me not to judge him, he's gay, dude. Cool, I'm not a part of the LGBT. You know what I'm saying? But, if you still need the resources, see? Now, as a believer of Jesus Christ, I should have, based on the Bible, I should have spoken. Technically, that is a description. But, you know, trying to let everybody live, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm not in the LGBT, but, you know, if you still need help with anything else, as far as anything else, you know, feel free to hit me up if you need resources and things like that. I got the message. I can show you. Now he's still trying to, like, pry onto the homosexual side. I said, excuse me, block. Boom. Just yesterday, right after I posted it, the flame bot walks into the gathering place. I come here to the casino. Lo and behold, the dude that I blocked like a few weeks ago, all of a sudden, magically unblocked the homosexual back to my phone. And I'm like, see, these are the people I have around me. Homosexuals, witchcraft practitioners. I'm sure they support this whole Panda thing. So, again, how many of them are like this guy? Now, do I want to assume? No, but I have to. I have to use the context clues of the environment around me. A lot of these people do drugs. A lot of these people are friends with these people. I've been cutting people off left and right. So, it's happening in these celebrities, right? It's happening around me. There is an increase now. The correlation between the increase in depression and anxiety and homosexuality and the increase in LGBT, right? These are things we're normalizing. So pretty much, based on the description of what Panda is, it's becoming normalized as long as the LGBT is becoming normalized. Right? Which would mean more gang starters, because autism, another mental health issue, right, suggests that if you do not change, or the inability to change your way of thinking. So let's say, my case is that I'm a heterosexual man, I'm straight. What they're trying to say is, eventually what it's going to be is, oh, you're straight, But you haven't changed your thinking to this homosexual way of thinking that just accepts any and everybody. But then I could vice versa. I could go, well, you gay or lesbian, whatever you are, and you don't want to change your mind to go back to the heterosexual way. This is where Trump is making people infuriated. The whole LGBT thing, right? Like I said, they have the terminology for MAP, minor attracted person. That means your kids are about to get pandered once they, get that into motion. And the people who already support you, who are there in the closet and things. I had another thing. I think I took a screenshot where the girls that she's trying to turn her daughter. No, that wasn't it. I was on the bus hearing that conversation. The girl, Catherine, she was like, I'm trying to turn my daughter to a lesbian, and I'm just like, but it's vice versa, where dudes who are homosexual are trying to turn their kids into homosexual, right? Like I said, everything is more overt. Same way the slavery is more overt. Like, oh yeah, we don't have to like physically, put you on the plantation, but we got to keep your mind on the plantation. Farming and all of this stuff, right? And that's where actually that information dump that I shared, that's where it's taking place on these farms and stuff where they need to split, right? Where the emasculation of a black man, the buck breaking, i.e. modern day Panda, that's their new secret code for it, I guess. It's the same thing. But it is only going to get worse. And again, it makes me beg the question. I've seen them come and get kids against us, homosexuals, witchcraft practitioners, who I believe to be homosexual as well, females, LGBT, all the like, right? My roommate is LGBT. It's like, so the likeliness of them gang stalking, it's like a bite. COVID-19, right? Spread. They're gonna normalize Panda within society. I ain't for it, like I said. Bring that to me and Death by the Sword. But again, it makes me wonder how many people are already messed up around this. Is this gonna happen to in the future? And it's happening to me. Right? There might be people who I'm shaking hands with and got pandered, and they're okay with it. Right? This is why I sit there. These people are disgusting in general. Right? They deal with people matters. That's why I was posting about what I posted in the Bethlehem area public library when I was working at Family Dollar, and Anne Marie was sitting there leaving shit stains and stuff all over on the back part of the store. I'm like, y'all, you were culture for playing with species and stuff. These pandas probably fun, right? Any dude that was a slave back in the day, you're not gonna think of, oh yeah, I'm gonna buck break somebody, but I'm not gay. No, you're gay. Just you thinking of putting things in. So this is the history of this, right? Yeah, we're gonna do these homosexual acts in order to dominate another man. But then I have a wife at the same time. This is where you get to spread all of these STDs and stuff. That's what people are talking about. Europeans bringing all of those diseases. Right? But now, you're already doing this to black people, so you brainwash them. The system was built, America, the Constitution, all during the times of slavery. Hence that book, what the Constitution really says. But like I said, I'm going to start the Constitution series, and we're going to talk about that as well, because obviously it didn't have black people in mind. But then, yes, the abolition of slavery comes, but you don't think those dudes who are pandering or pandering people aren't going to teach their kids that, or they're going to do it to their kids? Remember, they're already naturally homosexual. All these old people that sit there when the gang stalks somebody, they're teaching their kids, they're doing it to their kids, and then the traumatized kids want to do it to other people. So now you have the history of slavery and butt breaking being passed down in white households, being enforced amongst other people. This is what the foster care proposition is. So you give a white person these black children, and then they butt break them, and now they're all mentally ill. Right? And all it is being passed down systemically. Right? But paranoia is the irrational belief that you are systemically being persecuted. It's not irrational when you look at the history of it. There's a history of Panda. If you really look at it, if you make the connection, the proper connection, and look at it for what it is and don't cover your eyes. Right? So again, and I'm going to make separate videos to where how pandaing affects the mental health, homosexuality, being in the DSM manual and stuff like that once you turn a dude out, you know what I'm saying? All types of things. All types of things. The secret societies doing their homosexual rituals via panda and things like that, because at some point women weren't even supposed to be in the Freemasons and all of that or something like that. Once like I said, I'm going to have all of the facts and the history and everything, but these are things I wonder now, since they've directed all of that homosexual behavior at me, right, and trying to use their intimidation tactics. Oh, yeah, we can turn this, we want to get midnight. Oh, so you want to direct that energy at me? Oh, I'm going to go in depth, and like I said, when you keep bringing that to me, it's death by the script. I don't care if I go to jail or whatever. It's death by the script. If I go to jail, you think they're going to owe me an idiot? Death by the script. I might not make it out, because I'm going to have too much time going on. You feel? But and that also makes me wonder about this poster, Florida poster. But again, I'm gonna end this introduction to the Panda video here, but there's a lot more. I'm gonna make probably like at least another 5 videos regarding this Panda and the effect on society. But I'll catch up.